support equipment. Despite a strike's potential impact, President Joe Biden says he won't invoke the Taft-Hartley Act 80-day cooling off period. New York Governor Kathy Hochul says negotiations with the employers represented by the U.S. Maritime Alliance needs to reach an agreement.
The stakes are very high. The potential for disruption is significant. We've not had an event occur like this in our ports since 1977.
Hurricane Helene left destruction across big parts of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Former President Donald Trump was in Georgia Monday assessing damage and faulting the Biden-Harris administration's response in that battleground. He said Governor Brian Kemp hadn't been able to reach Biden.
He's been trying to get them, and I'm sure they're going to come through. But he's been calling the president, hasn't been able to get him.
The Republican Kemp said Trump's statement was false and expressed his appreciation for Biden's response.
And he just said, hey, what do you need? And I told him, we got what we need. We'll work through the federal process.
Congress went on recess last week. They're not scheduled back until after Election Day, but Biden says they may have to return to pass supplemental disaster funding. With a month left in the race, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton warns of organized efforts to pervert the image of Vice President Kamala Harris. She cites the Pizzagate conspiracy theory, where Clinton was falsely accused of trafficking children out of a Washington pizzeria. She calls Trump's movement a real danger.
The press needs a consistent narrative about the danger that Trump poses.
Former Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, a sharp Trump critic, has officially joined the growing list of Republicans who have endorsed Harris and Walz.
I've served with Kamala in the United States Senate. I've also served with Tim in the United States House of Representatives. I know them. I know firsthand of their fine character and their love of country.
Republican J.D. Vance and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will take to the vice presidential debate stage tonight. The Democratic nominee made reference to a false internet joke about the Ohio senator when trolling him.
I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up.
Israeli special forces are conducting attacks on the ground in Lebanon, along with extensive airstrikes. So far, Hezbollah's ally, Iran, has been restrained in its response. I'm Alex Gonzalez for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW headlines. I'm Chuck Ritchie. About 14% of Washington residents are carrying overdue debt, lower than the national average of 22%. That's the good news. But a report from the Urban Institute also shows the median amount of our delinquent debt is slightly higher than the national average. And officials in Pierce County, with the second largest homeless population in Washington, are betting tens of millions of dollars on a homeless housing model that's working in Austin, Texas. They're hoping a community of tiny houses will bring people inside who would otherwise remain on the streets. In our last story, Yakima County's coroner is accused of taking drugs off of dead bodies, snorting them, then lying to police about it. Police say Jim Curtis falsely maintained for weeks that someone had tried to poison him, but he finally confessed. The Ellensburg City Attorney's Office is weighing whether to file misdemeanor charges. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
Good morning. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. You got Scott and Val on a Tuesday. I'm live from our KCHW studios in the state of Maine, and Val from the KCHW studios in the city of Deer Park, Washington. There you go, Val.
We're talking coast to coast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Through the magic of the internet and Zoom. All right.
And Zoom.
And Zoom.
Thank goodness for Zoom.
Zoom. I have a Zoom. When we get to our morning joke, I got a Zoom joke. Think you'll like it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I got a Zoom joke. All right. Getting started this morning. We should probably take a look at that weather forecast for you and what the kids are having for breakfast and lunch. 73 today, Val. Not bad. Partly cloudy. That'll continue through the nighttime all the way down to 39. 39.
Ooh, we had 28 this morning.
Oh. Wow. I'm watching those temperatures because you got to shut off the water and all that kind of stuff for the hoses and the lawn. Watching it close here. We're not dipping that low, but we've got about the same daytime temperatures for Wednesday, 67 and 35 under mostly sunny skies. I'm saying it like it's really exciting. Yeah. 67 on Thursday.
We'll get back up into the 70s again. I'm not worried.
You will. 67 and 38 for Thursday, partly cloudy. 66 and 38 for Friday, partly cloudy. Into the weekend, you've got 69 and sunny. Going to be a great day. 39 for an overnight low. Sunday, here come those 70s, Val. 75 and 43 sunny skies on Sunday. And you've got temperatures in the mid-70s all next week.
Oh, we just need some rain.
Just a little rain. Let me go back and see. There is there's 16% chance on Friday. Everything else is super, super low, like 2%, 3%. So no luck there. I heard I saw yesterday reviewing the logs from the radio station that there was actually a dust storm warning that went out in different areas.
We had. What day was it? I think it was last Tuesday, maybe. We had, we were without power for like 17, 18 hours, whenever the last really windy day was. So Inland Power has this red flag policy in place. So if there's any fault in the line during a high wind event, they shut off the power and won't turn it back on until they visually inspected all the lines. And that is to prevent wildfires. And so I know people are all upset about it, but as a company, I mean, when they're getting sued because a power line causes a major forest fire, I think I would be taking the same tactic too. I know it's an inconvenience to a lot of people, but so is your house burning down. So,
Why not why not a generator, right?
Yeah, and we have one, so I guess it's easy for me to talk because, we do have that to at least keep our refrigerator going and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
All right. Let's see, kids for breakfast today. Cold variety of cereals to choose from or a parfait.
Ooh, a parfait.
You did just wake up, didn't you? A breakfast on a stick or super bakery bread. Say that 5 times real fast this morning. Super bakery bread. Yeah, good luck.
You're doing good. You're doing way better than me.
All right. Lunch today, tomatoes.
I woke up this morning completely forgetting it was radio day. In fact, my husband, I'm sound asleep and this arm comes across me and he goes, "Honey, it's Tuesday. You have the radio this morning." Otherwise, I'd still be sleeping probably.
Sorry. I wondered because every Monday night I send Val a text, and I forgot last night, and I was sitting here getting ready going, I hope she's awake. All right. Tomato soup for lunch for the kids, ham and cheese sliders, and fruit and vegetables. There you go. That's breakfast and lunch for the kids. Real quick check of the events calendar. It is Tuesday, story time at the library, 10:30 to 11:30. Let's see. Tomorrow, it's First Wednesdays with Ted. That's Brandon Hanson at the public library between 10 and 3, helping out people interested in starting a business. Go down and talk to them. Chewell Library, 3 to 4. It's Tech Help as well. Then on Thursday, of course, you got the food bank 10 to 2. Friday, Chewell Farmers Market 11 to 3:30. You don't want to miss one as they're getting close to winding down for the season. And then Saturday, big day in the city of Chewell. You've got the 2024 Wildland Firefighter Olympics. They were so much fun last year, doing it again. And Fall Fest as well. And that's happening between 10 and 9 on Saturday with music and all sorts of stuff in the park. Get the full lowdown on Fall Fest tomorrow with Paula, Sharon, and Chuck Ritchie right here on your KCHW Morning Show. Also, real quick, Sunday, Half Century Bicycle Tour. This is brought to us every year by the Lions Club, and that is happening again on Sunday from 8:30 to 4 in the afternoon. Bike ride starts at 10 a.m. at Chewell City Park. Enjoy the beauty of the fall in our countryside. Let's see, there's 8, 10, 25, or 50-mile supported routes, $20 registration, $40 with the T-shirt. For more information, you want to call Margie Walters, 509 509-951-8154. She's one of our board members, too. 509-951-8154. Registration starts at 8:30 on Sunday. What a fun fall thing to do. There.
Exactly. I love Margie. She's the bomb.
All right. A few quick news stories. You've been paying attention to things, Val, or hiding in a hole?
Believe me, you want to hide in a hole, but I tend to stay up on the news.
All right. One of my first stories this morning was the unionized workers may be striking. Or actually, it says now, this is the updated story, they went on strike last night for the first time in 47 years, a move that could impact the economy. Dock workers decided to strike after negotiations for higher wages and a ban on some automated equipment failed, bringing dozens of ports that account for more than half of the nation's container imports to a standstill. Oh, man, nothing is going to get in from Temu.
Nothing. Although they do have a warehouse now in the U.S.
But yeah, it'll be empty in 3 days.
Hey, well, that's about it too.
Yeah. Strike could cost the economy up to $5 billion a day and trigger inflation on goods, including grocery items, clothing, cars, and even holiday gifts. Of course, they'll blame Biden.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Somehow the Biden-Harris administration is going to be at fault for this because evidently they have the power of God to change all of this stuff.
Well, kinda. President Biden has declined to use a law called the Taft-Hartley Act to force workers to reopen ports and get back to work, citing his belief in collective bargaining. Even if he did, it's unclear how much of an impact it would have. But he could.
Right. He could. And didn't he do that with the auto workers strike after a bit? I think, didn't he step in at some point? I don't know. I can't
answer that correctly.
Verify my facts. But so I would guess that it's going to depend on how long it goes on.
Okay.
And whether it's significantly impacting our economy, but I don't know.
All right.
It will be interesting.
Okay, now I lost my place. Here we go. Helene. Wow, what a mess it made.
Yes.
And so many deaths. Bad storm for the U.S. Biden's supposed to be touring, I think, yesterday. We'll see what kind of funds that the government might release to help people. Georgia judge struck down the state's 6-week abortion ban, reinstating the previous law that allowed the procedure up to 22 weeks of pregnancy for now. Anti-abortion advocates vowed to appeal the decision. And the Israeli military began, as you heard, ground raids in Lebanon after weeks of intense airstrikes, saying the limited, localized, and targeted moves against Hezbollah are meant to protect residents in northern Israel. And yesterday was a sad day in sports. NBA Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo, one of the greatest defensive players of all time, died at 58. Pete Rose, who retired as the Major League Baseball's all-time hits leader, died at 83. Wow, bad day. And then Oasis announced its U.S., Canada, and Mexico reunion tour dates, which will begin in August of 2025. Band vowed to avoid a repeat of the UK Ticketmaster fiasco earlier this summer.
It was a fiasco.
Oh, Ticketmaster. Boo, boo, Ticketmaster. Boo. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Malcolm Gladwell's new book, Revenge of the Tipping Point, is out. Let's see. Baseball, Mets and Brewers play Game 1 of the Wild Card Series 532 on ESPN. That's Eastern Time. Vice presidential debate between Tim Walz and J.D. Vance. Yes, that's right. Old White Men on Stage, 9 p.m. Eastern on CBS.
Oh, great.
You know.
Okay, I lied. I want to go back. I lied about the UAW strike. Biden went on the picket line but did not interfere with that. He did try to interfere with the U.S. railroad strike. So I knew there was one where he blocked the strike. So.
All right. I'm curious tonight. Tim Walz has really upped his rhetoric against J.D. Vance. Got caught repeating a fake story, and some of his little clips. I mean, I like the guy; seems fun, but a little out there. And I think he should dial it back a little bit and be better than that.
Yeah, he has he's thrown that out a couple times, and yes, he should be better. But at what point do you not just? When all the lies are being slung about you, at some point, I mean, his retaliation is really mild. compared to everything
This is true. I'll take
that is being said. So if you make a couch reference, twice in your speeches,
compared to some other blatant lies that are out there, it's not too bad. All right.
Right. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, I think we should hold all of our politics to a higher standard. I'll just put it that way.
Definitely.
On both sides.
Definitely.
And so, and it seems to have that doesn't seem to happen.
All right. In odd news today, politically motivated event against Taylor Swift, and it's in odd news. So you got to stick around till the end of the show to hear that one.
Oh,
and I found the perfect sound effect to go along with it. Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes. All right. Season 15 of Real Housewives on New York City premieres at 9 p.m. Eastern on Bravo. Women's basketball, Suns in the Lynx take to court game 2 of the playoff semifinals, 9:30 on ESPN. There you go. A few news headlines to get you caught up around the world. Who's checking in on Facebook this morning, Val? I know it's Ken.
Oh, Ken. Yeah, Ken. He said he used Ticketmaster to get tickets for this show, and boy, did they cost him a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah.
Question for you, Ken. Are you a member? Are you a member of the Radio Guild, Ken, are you?
Yeah. Are you a supporter of public radio?
Yeah. Because it's not just the tickets you're buying. We're not seeing any of that. We need a membership.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
All right. I'm kind of excited. I mean, it's a horrible thing, but I'm excited to see who's going down. Is that wrong when you're excited to see who goes down next? Who's about to get canceled? Okay. Diddy's accuser's attorney says that a high-profile person is seen in the mogul in one of his, can I use quotations with my fingers? Videos.
Air quotes.
Videos. So it's about to be released. We're going to find out who this high-profile person in one of his videos is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It didn't come out yet. We have to wait on
Yes. Oh. All right. And the news covered. I was going to cover Pizzagate and Hillary Clinton, but now I don't have to talk about her because they did it in the news. Thank you. Yeah, you got to have a good filter. Use your critical thinking skills because the lies are going to get worse in the next 30 days. Much, much worse.
Oh, you know it. I mean, you're already seeing the political ads every commercial break. So, yeah, it's do some fact checking. That's all I got to say. Just don't be hand fed what you're told, especially on the internet. Okay. Some fact checking.
All right. Let's move on this morning to our bits and breaks, and it's my sister Val with this morning's first joke. Hello?
All right, a group of chess enthusiasts. Hello, am I here?
We've got a delay. Sorry, I can hear you now.
Okay. We kind of froze up on my end once too. So, all right, a group of chess enthusiasts checked into a hotel and were standing in the lobby discussing their recent tournament victories. After about an hour, the manager came out of the office and asked them to disperse. But why? They asked as they moved off. Because, he said, I can't stand chestnuts boasting in an open foyer.
And there comes Val with your first Christmas joke. It's a little early. But, if you go into Walmart, it's all Halloween and Christmas. So
I'm sure.
Yeah, I think they're arguing over, like who gets what space. But, yeah, Halloween and Christmas already. I get the Halloween, but not the Christmas.
And I was going to pick up a few things to make a craft project, and it's really hard already a month before Halloween to find Halloween stuff because they've moved on.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, planning on these holidays, you got to get way out there. All right, I've got a dad joke, Val. Okay, remember I promised this one about Zoom, and here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
I told a joke during last week's Zoom meeting with KCHW. No one laughed. Turns out I'm not remotely funny.
That makes the assumption that you're funny in person.
Shut up, Wesley.
Wow. Is Ken helping you? Okay.
I don't know. I better look and see if he's, helping me out in any way.
All right, moving on this morning. Bad definitions. Me and Val are going to go back on forth on these. These are words and their definitions according to some not so smart students. All right, Val, your first word.
Deciduous. Able to make up one's mind.
I'm very deciduous. Or how about longevity? That's what I call people who are very tall.
Oh, how about fortuitous? Some people think it means well protected.
Fortuitous? Mm-hmm. Where are you going? Fortuitous. Ooh, a word I've always liked to say, gubernatorial, which means to do it with peanuts.
I wonder how they got that, though. Peanuts, gubernatorial. Is there anything that sounds like peanut in there?
I don't know. There must be something I'm missing, but I thought it was cute.
Yeah. Okay. Unless you just think that it's all nuts.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably it.
How about bibliography? Is that like holy geography?
It is. You can only see the holy sites on a map. Something Val likes to do, diatribe, which is food for the whole group. You're having a big party, right?
Yeah, we're having our annual Halloween party coming up here in a 3 weeks. So,
all right.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Make
an
sure
invitation.
We have food for the whole group. I didn't know if you'd make the trek across the country just to not get dressed up and listen to us sing bad karaoke.
If you'd install that teleporter, I'd be there. Till the karaoke started.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, gullible. To do with seabirds.
All right. And homogeneous, which means someone who's devoted to home life. There you go. All right.
There you go. Our very bad word definitions this morning.
That's right. If you're planning on doing any flying, I have been looking into pilot lessons, getting my license to fly, and I came across basic rules for pilots. Val, will you kick it off?
All right. Try to stay in the middle of the air. Do not go too near the edges of it. The edges of the air can be recognized by the appearance of ground, buildings, sea, trees, and interstellar space. It is much more difficult to fly there.
I bet it is. Looking out the window of the plane. Is that interstellar space? All right. Second rule for pilots. This one important too. You know that your landing gear is up and locked when it takes full power to taxi to the terminal.
Oops.
Throttle back.
Every takeoff is optional. Every landing is mandatory.
All right. And remember, as a pilot, if you push the stick forward, houses get bigger. If you pull the stick back, they get smaller. That is unless you keep pulling the stick all the way back and then they get bigger again.
Oh, well, this is a really good one to know. The propeller is just a big fan in front of the plane used to keep the pilot cool. When it stops, you can actually watch the pilot start sweating.
Wow, Val. Wow.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
All right. Remember that a good landing is one from which you can walk away. A great landing is one after which they can use the plane again.
Oh. All right. This is something you always try to keep. The number of landings you make equal to the number of takeoffs you've made.
I'm not good at math. And last rule for new pilots, remember, gravity is just not a good idea. It's the law, and it is not subject to repeal. Gravity. All right.
The gravity of the situation.
Yes. All right, Val. October, we're here. October 1st.
We are at October 1st.
All right.
Before we'll know it, it'll be November 1st and then December 1st.
And then 2025. All right. What October has in store for us. Val, what are some cool things happening in October?
All right. October 1st is International Coffee Day. So cheers to us this morning.
Okay.
I'll get my coffee cup in there. Got my Halloween coffee cups.
Whoop, whoop.
There you go. October 2nd is the first day of voting for Fat Bear Week. Do you know what Fat Bear Week is?
It's coming up now.
Did you
Fat
click the
Bear
link?
Week. This is when Scott tends to hibernate. All right. Some of the largest brown bears on Earth make their home at Brooks River in the Katami National Park in Alaska. Brown bears get fat to survive, and Fat Bear Week is an annual tournament celebrating their success in preparation for winter hibernation. Matchups are open for voting October 2nd through the 8th between 12 and 9 p.m. Eastern. This is a single elimination tournament for each matchup. Vote for the bear you believe best exemplifies fatness and the success of brown bears. The bear with the most votes advances to the next round. Only one will be crowned Fat Bear Week champion. Meet the bears, fill out your bracket, predict your Fat Bear winner, and campaign for your candidate. This is much more funner than the U.S. election.
No kidding.
All right, if you want to vote for Fat Bears or see some pictures of Fat Bears, it's explore.org. Explore.org/fat-bear-week.
Oh, how fun.
How fun.
How fun. Yes. Let's make light of things.
All right.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Did you want me to keep going?
Yeah,
Or you
keep
taking
going.
some of the...
Keep going.
All right. October 4th is the day Joker 2 is released. Okay. I there you go. And it's called Joker Folie. I don't know how you say it. You say it even.
Oh.
Huh. I do know that Lady Gaga is in it, and I believe she plays Harley Quinn.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right.
October 12th gives us a North American Wife Carrying Championship at Sunday River Resort in Maine.
Woohoo!
Oh.
All right.
Would you be there if you had a wife?
I am on Facebook right now looking for a pretend wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
You can find me in Facebook dating.
I don't know if I can say this. I'm going to say it anyway. If you go with a blow up kind, it'll be really light to carry.
I'm a winner. So no matter what, I've got a date, is what you're saying. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Sorry.
That's much better than mine. I would say I'd like to have a really small woman. Imagine if we kind of combined that, the wife carrying and the Fat Bear Week. Oh! Wow. Wow.
Bad stuff.
Shut up, Wesley.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, let's move on.
Please.
October 21st is Back to the Future Day to mark the day when, in Back to the Future Part 2, Marty McFly travels to October 21st, 2015 to save his children, yet to be born in Back to the Future's 1985. Got all that?
Huh. Okay, excellent. Back to the Future Day.
All right. October 25th is Game 1 World Series. October 25th also marks 2 months until Christmas. October 26th is the Ironman World Championship for men. And finally, my favorite day of the year, October 31st, is Halloween.
All right, I have a question. Speaking of Halloween, Val, I know you don't have any more kids at home, but when you did, I know you stole candy. Just what kinds of candy would you steal from the kids when they weren't looking?
I would probably go with something like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Really? Okay. Anything else you
What
stole?
about you?
I would always take the Tootsie Rolls, the red ones.
Oh, okay. The flavored Tootsies.
The flavored Tootsies, those are my first one, the red ones. Maybe a couple greens, just what I could get away with.
I liked the like you used to get the candies, and sometimes they ended up getting really hard, but they were like the banana flavored taffies.
Okay. All right.
So
Those are
that
pretty
was
good.
always a good
Yeah.
one. But yeah, I don't know what I do now. I love Skittles, but I feel like sometimes they give me kind of an acidy stomach.
Heartburn. Yes, I get
So-
heartburn from Skittles too.
Yeah,
It runs in the family.
maybe. So I like them, but I can't eat very many.
I don't know if people know this, but there's something wrong with Val's Skittles.
It tastes the rain.
Mm-hmm. They're best when they come out a child's nose, just saying.
Yeah.
You heard that story where when Sammy was a kid and she shoved Skittles up her nose?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
And then
out
for
rainbow colored.
Yes, and those that haven't heard it, she's crying. Mom's screaming bloody murder. They're both in panic. And I start yelling, hey, stop it. And she wants to go to the hospital. And I said, no, they're coming out on their own. Look at her. And she's bawling. And it's the rainbow just coming out of her nose. It's awesome. And yes, I am the kind of dad that then takes a picture. Yes.
I was going to, nowadays you would have been able to take a whole video and made it really funny. Probably made lots of money on the internet.
Yes. It kind of makes me want to shove Skittles up my nose right now and start crying.
Oh, boy.
All right. Val, do you remember the story about Balloon Boy?
I guess I don't.
I vaguely caught this when it happened. So we're going to go on a little trip. This is quite large. We'll do we'll go back and forth because there's parts of the story that are developed into paragraphs. But we're going to cover Balloon Boy for those that missed it because I think it's pretty amazing. 15 years ago this month, October 15, 2009, most of the major networking television broadcasters, cable broadcasters too, interrupted programming to cover what appeared to be a silver flying saucer streaking through the air. It was not alien craft, but a homemade balloon that had inadvertently taken off from the backyard of a family in Fort Collins, Colorado. What made the story must-see television was the fact that authorities believed a 6-year-old boy was trapped inside the balloon. As the helium-filled balloon careened through the air and toward Denver International Airport, millions of people watched and wondered if passengers could survive the trip. When the craft finally touched down after floating for 60 miles, responders surrounded it expecting the worst, but the boy was nowhere to be seen. Had he already fallen out?
Ooh, the boy in question was Falcon Heen, one of Richard and Mayumi Heen's 3 children. The couple married in 1997 and eventually relocated to Colorado. They got their first taste of Hollywood in 2008 when they made their first of 2 appearances on the reality series Wife Swap. But Richard Heen wanted more. The avid tinker envisioned a show that followed his family around, while at the same time working on his new inventions, one of which was sitting in the backyard. It was essentially a mylar balloon staked to the ground, which he would later describe as a very early prototype for a low-altitude commuter vehicle.
It's a balloon. It was this balloon Bradford Heen told police in 2009 that his brother Falcon had climbed into just before it had taken flight. Earlier, Richard said Falcon had been playing near the contraption and was scolded for potentially creating a dangerous situation. Now Falcon was gone. The balloon was in the air, and Falcon's parents feared the worst. As news cameras watched the National Guard and U.S. Forest Service followed, the balloon reached an altitude of 7,000 feet. Police made a painstaking search of the Heen household looking for any sign of Falcon. After 3 passes, they determined it was possible he was inside the balloon.
Not long after the craft had landed, a police officer at the Heen house decided to investigate an attic space above the garage. It had gone ignored because it didn't seem possible Falcon could have reached the entrance on his own. Yet there he was, hiding.
Within a week, the sheriff of Colorado's Larimer County was holding a press conference to announce the Heens had perpetuated a hoax and speculated that they could be charged with up to 3 felonies. Richard and Mayumi voluntarily turned themselves into authorities. Each pled guilty. Richard for attempting to influence a public servant, and Mayumi for making a false report. In addition to paying $36,000 in restitution, Richard wound up with a 90-day jail sentence, 60 days of which was served on supervised work release. Mayumi got 20 days. Though they pled guilty, Richard maintained that he and his family had not perpetuated any kind of hoax. In a 2010 video posted to YouTube, Richard said he only pled guilty because authorities were threatening to deport his wife. So nobody still knows, actually, if the kid was in the balloon or the parents hid him in the attic.
Wow. And the kids never talked, huh?
The kids never talked yet. Well, now he'd be like, what? In his 20s?
21.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be...
Wow. All right. So it's like JFK. Nobody's going to ever know. All right. Next one. Go ahead.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
And
Next one's fun. Weird laws with Val. Val, tell us about some of these weird laws.
All right. In Montreal, Canada, there's a municipal regulation that says you can't build or store a nuclear weapon within city limits.
But out in the countryside, just fine.
Just fine. Especially the building them.
Wow. All right.
Go ahead.
No, you keep going.
Okay. In Thailand, it's illegal to step on the country's currency. Doing it is considered disrespectful to the king whose image is on the money.
Ooh. All right.
Ooh. All right. In Quitman, Georgia, it's illegal to allow your chickens to cross the road, as the local law considers them a culinary delicacy sacred to its municipality.
How do you stop your chicken from crossing the road? Wow.
It just wants to get to the other side.
That's a bad joke, Val. Bad joke.
Okay, let's go to Abu Dhabi then, where it's illegal to have a dirty car in public and also illegal to wash them in public.
That seems prohibitive.
Yeah, it sounds like they're setting you up for failure.
I realized yesterday I haven't washed my car in an entire year.
What?
Yeah. You can't tell because it's so bright orange.
It's blinding to look at.
Yeah,
so
and I figured all that dirt keeps it from rusting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
It's a theory.
All right.
All right. It's illegal to push a live moose from an airplane in Alaska.
But dead ones are okay.
I want to know how you get the moose on the airplane to begin with.
Wow.
Oh, in Montana, it's illegal to have a sheep in the cab of your truck without a chaperone.
These are real.
These are real. Oh, in Denmark, it's illegal to start a vehicle if there's someone underneath it. I want to know how these, why they had to make these laws in the first place. I mean, somebody did something stupid, right?
Right.
In Wisconsin, it is illegal for a restaurant to provide margarine instead of real butter, specifically requested by the customer.
Ooh, banning the margarine. Wow.
Yeah, it should be banned.
Well, it's all
in
about the
Switzerland, it's illegal
cheese.
to own just what?
It's all about the cheese and the butter in Wisconsin. That's why.
That's why. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig.
It's cruel. It's cruel.
Mm-hmm. Shoes with high heels aren't allowed at historic sites in Greece. I could see that. They do damage.
Wish I was a guinea pig.
Because there wouldn't be just one of you.
I am halfway there. I'm guinea. I know you were thinking pig, but nope.
Nope, just guinea.
Just guinea.
You're looking for your pig. Oh, boy. In Singapore, you cannot possess, chew, or buy gum.
Weird.
And our last one today, in France, it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon because you need to protect Napoleon's dignity.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Wow. Excellent. Good job, Val.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. All right. When is it okay to date a friend's ex? When is it okay to date a friend's ex? Results of this survey. 56% said never. Mark.
Ooh.
28% said a few months after the breakup.
Okay.
11% said why wait until he or she is an ex.
Oh my gosh. Friends like that.
And 3% of my friends said instantly because he's got so many.
Oh.
Isn't that horrible? It's horrible.
Horrible.
All right. These are things that, and this is one me and Val are going to go back and forth on. We're going to educate you about like money you spend and a few other things in society. These are insider secrets. All right. People that work for places that found out things that the majority of us don't know. Val, first one's yours.
All right. I used to work for a frozen foods company that processed and packaged frozen vegetables. The same exact veggies from the same exact truck, from the same exact farm, were used for multiple different brands of frozen vegetables. They're all the same. Do yourself a favor and save a couple bucks by buying the store brand over the name brand. The only time it's a different product is if you buy organic.
Wow.
And what people don't realize, that's the same with milk. Because my husband used to work for Dairy Gold, and they had these big windows where you could watch them fill the cartons. And they did not change when they went from Dairy Gold to Yolks to whatever other, name or the store brand. There was no changing of anything but the cartons. It's all the same milk.
So me and our friend Ron were having a debate about this. And the consensus we kind of came to, though, is we wonder if Safeway would have their own dairy supply. And here's what I can't figure out is because I am a half and half connoisseur. And in Washington, the only brand I would drink was Lucerne because it tasted better than all the others. And I was always disappointed when I bought a different brand of half and half because of the flavor. Now, that's just me and what I happen to like. But it really confused me because I'd heard that same statement that all the milk's coming from the same place.
What I wonder if, and it would be interesting to see, would be the fat content comparison. Because maybe there's a range of what you can call half and half as far as fat content.
Sure.
And maybe the other is richer in that, a different brand. So I would say that maybe that's something that you might fall into. I do know, and I've mentioned this before when we've talked about this, is I've bought in Campbell's cream of mushroom soup in a can, in the can.
Yeah.
And a store brand, and they are vastly different in color. So the Campbell's was this kind of that creamy white, but with a little bit of mushroom color. Store brand was thin, runny, and gray.
So it might not carry to all different foods, but you hear that claim a lot of times that even though it might be different packaging, it's the same on the inside. But some things, like you say, are obviously different, so it can't be universal. Right.
Now, my son swears that he was in, because he works for a company that packages food, and that he didn't experience it personally, but he had one of his techs that was at the Coors plant, and they were running the beer packaging, putting the beer in the cans, and he said the same thing when it went from Coors to what's Coors brand, Keystone. They didn't change the beer; they just changed the cans. And people will swear you're lying when you tell them that, but this was what he witnessed. Right. So, yeah. So
our next one says, I used to work in a trampoline adventure park, and we don't clean the ball pit like ever. Some kids would go to the bathroom in there, and they would just tell an employee to stick a mop in there. When we do clean it, like once a year, the number of phones, vapes, socks, etc. is actually disturbing. We're supposed to clean it like 2 to 4 times a year. Also, we never clean the baby changing stations. Didn't click to me to maybe wipe it down. If I'm in one of the bathrooms now, I'll add it to my to-do list. Oh, yucky.
Ooh.
Yucky.
Oh, so you need to go through like decontamination when you come out of the ball pit.
This is true. All right.
Very true. I worked as a front desk hotel clerk for several years in my 20s. One of the most valuable things I learned was that when you find a good deal with a third party online, like Hotwire or something, it's better for both you and the hotel if you then call the hotel and ask to speak to the front desk manager, then ask them to match the price you found online. Usually, especially if they have any good sense, they'll do it.
So that used to be a thing maybe as close as 5 years ago, but I've found a lot of places won't do that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you would think they'd make more money booking, they're not paying a fee to whatever, Expedia or whatever. You'd think they'd make more money, but okay.
All right, this one. Company I used to work for did live chat support. Unbeknownst to customers, the support engineers can read what customers were typing before you hit send. Be careful what you say about tech support.
Ooh. I've heard that too. So, all right. This person said, I sell new homes. I've sold about 1,500 of them thus far. My biggest piece of advice is to get a home inspection if you buy a new home. Probably fewer than 50 of my buyers have gotten home inspections. Every single one of them found something important that we wouldn't have addressed otherwise.
Ooh, that's a good tip.
But you would think, I thought that lenders often required that you get a home inspection before they would loan you the money. So that kind of surprises me.
All right, this person says, I worked as a manager of a housekeeping department of a major Florida resort. Handling lost and found was one of my responsibilities. We were told not to call previous guests who left valuable items because to do so just might result in an unsuspecting spouse finding out that their partner was cheating on them.
Wow.
Because of this hotel policy, I got to keep a brand new pair of shoes today. And I gave my daughter a diamond ring that was left behind, too. Wow.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I wonder how long they hold on to it before they decide that the person's not calling for it.
There's that one guy that says, I'm so glad about their policy.
Yeah, no kidding. Most big box grocery store cakes are not baked on site. They are shipped to the stores frozen and decorated to order. This is why you can quickly get a low price sheet cake from a big box grocery store, but might pay a lot more and wait longer for a smaller bakery to produce a similar result.
I think that one was probably pretty obvious. Yeah.
You would think if you walk in there and they don't have a bakery,
you'd smell it. You'd smell it if they were baking cakes.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, when you see marinated chicken, beef, fish, pork, or poultry products at the market sold by the pound, chances are they are cut. That cut is past its prime. That's right, it needed to be going. So they're just trying to sell old meat. Buy it fresh and marinate it yourself.
All right.
That's a good tip.
Good point. I'm a rideshare driver on the weekends. The price you are charged is not even close to the amount the drivers are paid per ride. In my experience, rideshare companies on average keep 55% of the fare. If the app tells you there are 10 drivers nearby, but no one accepts your ride request, it's because the pay quoted is too low and no one wants it. Sometimes as a result, the area will suddenly develop a massive surge so that riders get overcharged and drivers get paid what the ride should have paid to begin with.
So they're faking it. Wow.
They're faking it.
Inside. All right.
Wow.
This person says they work in pest control. Termites are a seasonal nuisance. They swarm in March to April. They usually fly to the windows, but could be all over the inside of houses too, causing panic-related phone calls to service. What we can never tell people is that you can kill them with a spritz of soapy water. Will kill the termite. Hairspray, Lysol, almost any aerosol. Instead, they say that you need their specifically formulated chemicals and to sign a contract. It's called job security. You could have done it with soap.
Oh, you could have done with soap, although it leaves a soapy residue on everything. But hey. Oh, this person says, I worked in a creamery making butter for 8 years. A popular imported brand of butter would come in from overseas and be already 2 years old. We'd convert it into sticks and it would be magically good for another year. Expiration dates mean nothing.
Oh. But then why does it only last a week if you leave it out on the counter?
Because the cat licks it.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I worked at a bar. Often patrons would buy bar ladies a round of drinks. We would all pick the same drink, which was clear, and take shots of it. What our patrons didn't know that there were 2 beverages in the same kind of bottle, and both were clear. Well, they thought they were buying us alcohol. They were all actually buying us shots of water and paying the same price as the alcohol.
Ooh. Well, that makes sense. So as a bartender, you don't want to get drunk when some fool wants to buy the bar ladies around, right?
Okay. All right. Be careful.
Oh, all right. My turn, right?
Yep.
All right. I worked for one of the biggest auto parts companies in America. We charge a ridiculous amount for batteries and never put them on sale. The company knows that when people are desperate, they'll pay whatever they have to. Most people don't know that we price match with our competitors. All they have to do is ask. We're not allowed to say anything if they don't ask, though. Plus, we can get fired for telling people they can get cheaper batteries elsewhere, like at a hardware store or big box location. We also have to offer the most expensive battery first, trying not to let them know there is a cheaper option.
Ooh. I've kind of noticed that at parts stores, even with parts. Is there one that's cheaper? Well, okay, but it's only got a, 2-year warranty. I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's just do this last one here. Finally, it says, I worked for a top 5 advertising agency. Despite the strict client NDAs, so non-disclosure agreements, and conflict rules, we routinely shared confidential brand information to try and win new clients.
Wow.
Wow. Well, Company XYZ's doing this.
Yeah, you think you could get sued for that stuff.
You think so. All right, we don't have time to roll out. Well, we got a couple minutes. I'm going to do this first, Val. I'm going to do answer wrong and win today. Okay?
Okay.
And then you can see.
All right.
You can see. I'll do it and come up with my answer, and then you tell me if you can come up with one better. Okay?
Okay.
All right. First one. Answer wrong and win. How many dimes are there in a dollar? I came up with none. It's paper.
I said enough to buy 1/35 of a candy bar.
Oh, I'm going to give you that one. Yeah, good job. All right. Name something people will put on top of a Christmas tree. I put a dead bird from inside the tree.
Oh, I said my Christmas tree, a cat.
Oh, that's true. Something cat related. All right. How many sides are there to a boxing ring? I said none. If it's a ring, it's round.
Mine might be a little lame. I said 10 carats.
Oh, okay. What stuffed animals are typically filled with? First, I had a question, are they from China? And then I said, it's meth.
I went macabre here, whatever. I said all of your childhood tears.
Oh, wow. Dark. And who's the new host of Wheel and Fortune? I guessed Elon Musk.
Mine was Snoop Dogg. Isn't he doing everything else right now?
Oh, that is good. I'm giving you the points there. All right. Answer wrong and win. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to have Today in History, some goofy holidays, and we wrap everything up with odd news. And we have a fun Taylor Swift story. It's very political. Stay right here. Stay right here. It is Northern Lights Public Radio, and we are KCHW 102.7, and back in just a few minutes.
Some of us here, particularly me, would like to buy you a drink and shake your hand.
It's gone!
What? What's gone?
A drinking couch! Somebody must have stole it!
I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
It's 8:15.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota.
Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. I'm Farah Siddiqui. This evening, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance will face off in the vice presidential debate, moderated by CBS News. In other news, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law banning legacy and donor preferences in admissions at private nonprofit colleges, promoting merit-based admissions and fairness. Meanwhile, the Israeli military has conducted small ground raids against Hezbollah in targeted southern Lebanon, indicating a potential increase in military presence. The U.S. confirmed that Israel informed them about these limited operations. And now Purdue University students are pushing back against Tippecanoe County's plan for limited voting access on campus. Our Joe Ullery reports.
The county has announced only a 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. window on October 24th, leaving students without a full Election Day voting site. Lila Vedamanis, a Purdue student and West Lafayette City Councilor, expressed her frustration.
Students should be able to vote on Election Day on campus and not have to walk to City Hall or find transportation to vote.
Tippecanoe County election officials opted against setting up a polling station on campus after reviewing data. They observed a considerable decline in voter registrations from residents on or near campus.
About 1 in 8 new mothers report symptoms of postpartum depression, according to the CDC. A community-based organization works in Pennsylvania and Delaware to reduce that figure and infant mortality as well. Our Danielle Smith has the story.
Mama Bill Family Therapy is one of the Maternity Care Coalition's programs. Clinical Supervisor Louise Jones says they also include evidence-based home visiting, child care through early Head Start, and parenting education.
We also provide doula and lactation program. We have doula trainings, which is one actually going on right now. Once someone's complete the training, they can become certified.
Jones points out the collaboration between her group's home visitation advocates and family therapists is crucial. The home visiting staff focuses on basic needs like health care, finances, and housing, while the therapists focus on clients' behavioral health concerns.
On the heels of warnings from federal health officials about parent burnout, school-linked programs in Minnesota are overhauling their approach so that families don't feel isolated.
The Surgeon General's office says 33% of parents nationwide report high levels of stress in the past month, compared with 20% of other adults. Keem Anderson of the statewide Ignite After School initiative says it's something they've noticed.
We've been seeing parents struggling with their mental health, right, having to pick up a couple extra jobs because there's the economy.
He says those added stressors worsened by the pandemic are negatively impacting parent engagement with a child's academic life, including out-of-school programs. I'm Mike Moen.
This is Public News Service. A dozen eastern Kentucky counties will receive a total of around $40 million federal dollars to connect working-age residents to resources and training for jobs in a region heavily impacted by the decline of coal mining. More from Nadia Ramlagan.
State data shows last year Eastern Kentucky's unemployment rate was more than 7%, far higher than the Commonwealth's overall rate of around 4%. Brandon McBride with the Appalachian Regional Commission says federal investment is critical for boosting local workforce capacity.
We want to make sure that
Appalachians have the skills and workforce training that they need to take advantage of new opportunities that might be coming into the region.
The nonprofit Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, is spearheading the project in collaboration with major local employers, Pikeville Medical Center and Appalachian Regional Healthcare, to build new training facilities.
A new report looking at agribusiness consolidation finds decades of mergers have reduced competition, leading to higher costs for farmers and consumers in Maryland and nationwide. Brett Pivito reports.
The report is titled Kings Over the Necessaries of Life and finds a smaller number of large companies are using their market power to dominate nearly all sectors of the food system, from inputs such as seed and pesticides all the way to grocers. Antitrust attorney Basil Boucharbosh is the report's author and says the non-enforcement of the nation's anti-monopoly laws since the 1980s has taken a toll.
We found that either a single firm or a small, tightly coordinated group of firms have amassed monopoly power, the power to control prices or exclude competitors from a given market in nearly every major industry that manufactures and sells farm inputs, that buys or processes farm crops, or that distributes food to the public.
Among other abuses, the report found companies have engineered shortages to keep prices high, as in the egg and fertilizer sectors. Despite rising prices for beef, consolidation has reduced the share of the consumer's dollar going to cattle farmers, which fell from 70% in the 1970s to 30% today.
As cryptocurrency becomes more prevalent, it's also making its way into the political arena. With millions of dollars being funneled into campaigns across the country, including in Ohio, questions are arising about the impact this new wave of funding will have on elections, and more importantly, what it means for voters. Mark Hayes with Americans for Financial Reform says it's important for Ohioans and everyone across the country to be aware of the money's origination.
There's a small group of wealthy individuals tied to the crypto industry pouring unprecedented amounts of money into campaign spending to dictate policy outcome that will help them to continue to profit from scammy and predatory practices.
Hayes highlights concerns that the influx of crypto money could sway political decisions to favor industry players. This is Farah Siddiqui for Public News Service, member and listener supported, heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and you can find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
102.7 FM, KCHW. Shawila.
I told you we'd be back. It's KCHW 102.7. You got Scott and Val on a Tuesday, and you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Val, are you with me?
I am. I'm getting back onto social media just in case anybody wants to say hi to us this morning on Facebook.
All right. Please do. We'll give you a shout out. And Ken's always there, so be careful. I missed the one that came in that said Scott would always be out of breath.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I didn't catch that one soon enough to know what.
How
what
he
the
was making
subject was
fun
at
of
the
me
time.
again. All right. Thank you, Ken.
Shut up, Wesley.
There we go. All right. Let's start off this one with celebrity birthdays for this October 1st. Val, will you roll those out for us? There's some good ones in there.
There is. Jimmy Carter turns 100 today.
Wow. All right.
That is wild.
Probably the nicest president, at least in my lifetime.
And you know what he says?
What's that?
He just wants to live long enough to be able to vote in November.
All right, keep going. He's been fighting brain cancer for 8 years. 8 years. Wow.
Incredible. All right. Julie Andrews is 89 today. That's pretty wild, too.
Okay.
Stephen Collins from Seventh Heaven, 77. Randy Quaid from the National Lampoon's Vacation movies, 74 today. Former British Prime Minister Theresa May, 68. Do you say this? Asai? I don't know how to say this name. Asai Morales from NYPD Blue and Ozark, 62.
Okay.
Model actor Sidney Margolis is 59. Zach Galifianakis. Galifianakis, thank you, from The Hangover and Between Two Ferns is 55. Sarah Drew, finally an easy name, Grey's Anatomy and Everwood is 43. Janae Smollett from Lovecraft Country and Spiderhead, 37. Brie Larson from Captain Marvel is 35. And finally, Pariah Ferguson, Stranger Things, is 17.
I'm just a kid and already a pariah.
It's probably Priya.
Sorry.
It was Priya.
Let's stick with Priya.
I like that better too, but I realized after I said it, it's probably Priya.
You can put that in front of anybody's first name.
Pariah?
Yeah. All right, a little bit of history. It happened today. We're going to start off in 1908 when Henry Ford introduced the Model T automobile to the market. Each car cost $825. The Model T. He didn't, not very creative, that one. Sorry. 1971, big jump there. Walt Disney World opened in Orlando, Florida. 1982, first compact disc player went on sale for $625. I remember like 1985, 86, like the first radio station I worked at when we got a CD player. Big deal. Big deal.
I remember when VCRs came out, and then there was, what was it? What was the other one?
Betamax.
It was Betamax. And I just remember all of them, how expensive they were when they first came out. Crazy amount of money.
Yeah, it killed them too. But they were much better than a regular VCR. They ran at a faster speed, which gave them clearer video and audio. All right. 2005. It's me. A birthday card was introduced by Hallmark bearing the title CSI Topeka and featured a cartoon of two people standing over a corpse with one saying, "Looks like he was bored to death." Inside the card is the message, "Hope your birthday is anything but dull." Though a company spokeswoman said Hallmark didn't intend to offend anyone, the mayor of Topeka, Kansas told a local newspaper he found the card offensive.
Well, nobody had to buy the card.
That's right. 2009 talk show host David Letterman announced that he'd been the victim of an extortion attempt by someone threatening to reveal that he had relations with several of his female employees. He confirmed the relationships were true on his TV show.
Better than being blackmailed, I guess. You just come forward and say yes.
And 2019 presidential candidate Bernie Sanders was taken to the hospital after suffering a heart attack. Oh, I missed that one. Last one. Mm-hmm. 2019 former Boston Red Sox pitcher Tim Wakefield, beloved for his work on and off the field, passed away just days after it was revealed he had been recently diagnosed with brain cancer. He was only 57 years old.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Val has the lowdown on the month of October, all of these special events. And then we always on the first add in a little extra segment because it's the things that are considered like this month. All right. So, Val, what are our special events for October?
For October, this is a month-long celebration, I guess. October is Adopt a Shelter Animal Month.
Nice.
Very good thing to do. Billiard Awareness Month. Class.
All right. It's important to some people with pool cues.
That's right. Yeah. Class Reunion Month. It seems odd that that's October.
Yeah, they missed that.
Yeah, class reunions generally in the summer. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is also Eat Better, Eat Together Month.
Okay.
This sounds way better. Go Hog Wild and Eat Country Ham Month.
Every day? Okay.
Every day. Celebrate Dried Tomatoes Month. Sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried, yeah.
Sun-dried. Go Nuts Over Texas Peanuts Month. Okay. Sounds like Texas just made that up.
Yep.
Halloween Safety Month, which is always good. National Book Month, National Chili Month, National Cookie Month, National Dental Hygiene Month, National Pajama Month, National Popcorn Poppin' Month, National Roller Skating Month, Eat Country Ham Month, that goes in there a couple times, National Seafood Month, Frozen Food Month, Spinach Lovers Month, Vegetarian Awareness Month, and finally, This is the one that I celebrate every year. Make it a point in October. It is Zombie Preparedness Month.
All right. How would you prepare for a zombie apocalypse, Val?
I would surround my whole house with treadmills.
Ooh. Nobody's getting in. What I do for Zombie Preparedness Month is I practice my tripping.
Oh.
My tripping abilities in case I'm on the run, so I can trip somebody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to trip and just lie down. And
No, I got these little legs. So I can't go very fast, so I got to trip somebody quick so I can get away.
Okay.
All right.
I gotcha.
All right.
All right. All right. And then we'll go to the days of the month. We have International Coffee Day, International Day of Older Persons, International Music Day, CD Player Day. We kind of talked about that. We can see why that is. Homemade Cookie Day, International Raccoon Appreciation Day.
The best way to do that one is to catch one and try and hug it.
Oh, yes. It is Less Than Perfect Day. Oh, I'm just less than perfect, so that sounds like my day. Model T Day, Fire Pup Day. Is that like Dalmatians and fire?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
Black Dog Day, Fruit at Work Day, Hair Day, Lace Day, Pumpkin Spice Day, and finally World Vegetarian Day.
I forgot my picture. I got this great picture. I'll try to share it maybe next Tuesday or on Thursday. It's a picture of a pumpkin. What happens to it after you remove the spice? It's really good. It's disgusting.
All right, so much to celebrate today. Pick one. Have a good day.
All right, it's National Fire Pup Day, and that recognizes the canine firefighters that have long been members of fire departments across the country. Nice.
Very cool.
And then, Val, I've been meaning to talk to you about Dental Hygiene Month.
Oh. You can smell my breath all the way from Maine?
Yeah, it's coming through the headphones, wafting around me. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Number of the day, 8, which is the number of days of the average honeymoon. 8 days. Or one of Scott's marriages. 8 days. It's a record. Come on. All right, on to news and nuggets. These are stories from the lighter side. Val, Sunday scaries. Can you tell us what the Sunday scaries are?
Yeah, a recent survey reveals that the average American experiences Sunday scaries 36 times a year. And there's 52 Sundays. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Defined as feelings of anxiety or dread about the upcoming week. The survey found that these feelings often set in between 3 and 4 p.m. on Sundays.
The Sunday scaries. I think if you have those, you should probably job hunt.
When I worked at the school district, I had August scaries.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I started just getting that feeling of anxiety or dread. And then I also had January 1st scaries because, you're off for a couple weeks for the holidays in a school district, and then you have to go back to work usually about January 2nd. And I would get them then too. Hence why I retired from my job.
Yeah, any job I had that wasn't, because I kind of had 2 careers, property management, managing campgrounds, and broadcasting. And if I took a job where I wasn't in radio or I wasn't in, and I'm not going to say property management because it's kind of the hardest part about working at property management is taking people's money and evicting them. But campgrounds, which kind of fall in that same area for me, that was a blast managing a campground because most people on vacation are happy. So you have very little customer interaction that's negative. Usually most people that are on vacation, they might be a little stressed out, but if you treat them well and give them good service, they're very happy. So those are the only 2 jobs I had where I didn't literally dread from the time I got off on Friday or whatever my 2 days off were until I went back to work till the point it was ruining my life. I mean, just always dreading going back to work unless it was one of those 2 kinds of jobs.
Wow.
All right. If you ever wondered what the best method it is for keeping burglars away, a survey of the captured thieves revealed that 59% stay away when they hear a barking dog. Of course. 27% said security alarm or stickers of security alarms, and 6% said knowledge that the victim may be armed kept them away. So
only 6%.
Only 6% about the arm. That's kind of scary. But so you need a sticker about an alarm and a sticker with a picture of a gun and a beware of dog sign, and you should be covered.
You should be covered.
Yeah.
And just, a picture of you on the front door with your shotgun.
Or perhaps that one you have of me when I mooned your Ring doorbell.
There you go. You are on camera.
This is loaded.
Forbear. Baseball fans are mourning the loss of one of the game's most historic figures, Pete Rose, who just passed away at the age of 83. Known as Charlie Hustle, Rose was a 17-time All-Star and kept the record for the most career hits in Major League Baseball history. However, his legacy was tarnished by his gambling scandals that led to a lifetime ban from baseball and exclusion from the Hall of Fame.
So sad.
Bummer. So bummer.
It also says Rose was a key player for the Cincinnati Reds, where he won 3 World Series titles and earned the National League MVP award. As a final note on his passing, they should have left the thing about the gambling scandal out. It's 20 years old. Nobody cared in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, celebrities, politicians do so much worse now. And yeah.
All right, there you go. Volkswagen, known for its iconic vehicles like the Beetle and the Golf, recently ventured into the condiment world by introducing its famous Growers ketchup to the American market. Originating as a favorite among employees in Germany, the unique ketchup is a perfect complement to Volkswagen's renowned currywurst sausage, a staple in its factory since 1973. To celebrate its 75th annual To celebrate its 75th anniversary in the U.S., Volkswagen of America decided to share the savory delight through its Driver Gear merchandise portal. Limited edition batch quickly sold out. So this is a thing. I don't want food from my car manufacturer. It's just like the Les Schwab thing. It creeped me out that you want me to come get beef where I get my tires, and your stores smell like tires.
Tires.
Yeah. This is a great steak. It's got barbecue flavor, real tangy, and kind of smells like a tire.
Subtle hints of tire rubber. And oil. Grease.
Okay, maybe not.
If you drink coffee at work out of a ceramic mug, protect yourself and scrub it often. Canadian researchers ran swabs around the rims and tested for bacteria and found more than 100 bacterial colonies in mugs presumed clean by the people who used them.
Ew. So we got a shelf like that at the radio station. Sometimes one of the cups will take off and you got to catch it.
Keep a fly swatter handy just, for that reason.
Yes.
I always put mine through the dishwasher, so hopefully mine are clean.
Yeah. All right, most Americans aren't taking mom's advice to eat your veggies. Survey shows only 27% of adults eat the recommended 3 or more servings of vegetables a day. 3 or more?
Wow. Does wine count as a vegetable?
No, that's a fruit, but you're covered.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All right.
Whew.
All
right. Let's see. What other story should we do here? I guess we just have one more.
Do the spacey one. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 NASA astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who have been at the International Space Station since June, are set to return home next year after the arrival of a SpaceX capsule. The Dragon capsule docked with the ISS following a launch that featured a crew of 2 astronauts, leaving 2 seats empty for Wilmore and Williams. This decision to switch from the Boeing Starliner was made due to safety concerns after thruster failures were detected during Starliner's crew test flight. The Dragon capsule, now at the International Space Station, will remain until February, resulting in an extended mission for Wilmore and Williams.
All right. Real quick in entertainment news, this excited me. Movie company Lionsgate bringing back John Wick, the original. As the movie marks its 10th anniversary, fans have the chance to relive the thrill on November 3rd and November 6th in select theaters nationwide. For those attending the special screenings, a sneak peek at the upcoming film Ballerina will be a bonus. The new addition to the John Wick universe delves into the story of Eve Marco, played by Ana de Armas, as she trains in the assassin traditions of Ruscaroma.
Ruscaroma.
Wow. Exciting. All right, let's do that thing we do when we wrap up the show and bring all of the goofies right to your ears.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, sit back, put your feet up. We're taking care of all the crazies before you start work today. First up is the news attack. First sentence true, sentence a bad joke, and Val's here to kick it off.
All right, the vice presidential candidates will debate tonight. Well, the moderators finally asked them the critical question: is pineapple on pizza good or bad?
Ooh. And since they're both older white guys, he'll probably shout,
"Put that cookie down now!"
If you haven't heard, vice presidential candidates will debate tonight. America's favorite reality TV show, where two understudies argue over who gets to carry the boss's coffee.
They will also engage in a battle of wits, or at least try to locate them.
All right. Some Windows 11 users are experiencing reboot loops. Their computers keep rebooting on their own. It's Windows 11's version of Groundhog Day. So that's why I never do when it says you have an update ready, I never select it. I will snooze it every time. Because over my lifetime in computers, it started in like 1998. I've had too many bad updates from Microsoft where they had a bug in them. So never take the update immediately. If you have your computer, that's my advice. If you have your computer set to automatically update, turn it off, and skip it for a couple weeks. That way, when the bug's found, it's fixed by the time you download it onto your computer.
But nowadays, they won't even let you.
Oh yeah, you can.
Oh, you know the way, huh?
Yeah,
Because usually it's like this will automatically update in 7 days, whether you want it to or not.
You can go in. There's a place where you can go in and postpone it for a week, and then you can go do it again. I think, unless they've changed it in Windows 11, I believe it's still, at least my version of it, it's still, I think you can delay for up to 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Any updates. So, all right. I think it's back to you.
Thieves in Indiana stole 54,000 apples. Man, these people are seriously determined never to have to go to the doctor.
Going to be some Apple stands in their future. 40% of Americans say their average...
I wondered
you could have warned me, Val.
How you were going to get through that one.
40% of American couples say their average session lasts between 15 and 30 minutes. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I can finish a whole pizza in that time. Priorities.
Scientists say that boring jobs turn our mind to autopilot. Really? Honest, boss, my mind was just on autopilot when I tried to walk out with that case of toilet paper.
No, it's not mine. All right. There's evidence, Val, that dinosaurs performed mating dances. Yeah. Like some birds. Scientists think the
Even
dances...
with their tiny little arms?
Yeah. I've kind of felt like I had dinosaur arms. All right. There's evidence that dinosaurs performed mating dances. Scientists think the dances may have been the cause of their extinction. They died of embarrassment. So sad.
Oh, that breakdancing did it.
Just the way it ruined the Olympics. All right, Wacky But True is where we move now. We don't add anything to these stories, but sound effects from TV and movies that might help you understand them a little better. And first up is Val.
Oh, I'm going to go back to Matt joined us this morning, and he had some comments from our previous stories about one about the what deters thieves. He said, just teach your dog to operate a gun.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then you get both, barking dog and an armed one.
So you could have maybe a picture of your dog with a gun.
Oh, there you go.
Sticker.
All right, let's go to Wacky But True. After a guy in Italy man-swiped a phone from a store's counter, the victim used another phone to contact him. Man-swiped.
Okay, so a guy in Italy stole a phone from a store's counter, but it was somebody's personal phone. I got it. Okay,
got it. The victim used another phone to contact him. The thief responded by text and tried to sell the phone back for $150, claiming he bought it from somebody for that price. Cops were able to nail him for the theft.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's called extortion.
We've got a dozen men checking identification files, checking on all known extortionists, rooftop prowlers, rifle nuts, peepers.
$600.
That's okay.
Well, it's not okay. It's extortion.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sure you do, John. Extortion, pressure, ninjas, huh?
You know, they make it so you can't defeat Zurg unless you buy this. It's extortion. That's what it is.
If you mention extortion again, I'll have your legs broken.
Ooh.
Oh.
I won't mention that,
Scott.
Then. Ooh. St. Paul, Minnesota officers stopped a driver suspected of alcohol consumption. While the officer was conducting field sobriety tests, another person jumped into that driver's car and took off. Vehicle owner luckily had an Apple AirTag in it, allowing police to track the car and arrest the 39-year-old thief.
Someone stole my car!
It's not cool. And if you get pulled over, I'm going to say the car was stolen so that I can keep my job.
Hi, this is my car. What I mean is, somebody stole. I lost my car, see, and I want to thank you two guys for finding it.
And one guy stole the car from over there. My coat, too.
You stole my wife, but you're not stealing my car!
Damn, your drunk tests are hard.
I like the last one. You stole my wife, but you're not stealing my car.
Let's see. Joshua the Goat joined a half marathon in Newfoundland, Canada. As runners passed by a pumpkin patch, Joshua decided to break free and run alongside them for about 4 kilometers. His owners eventually caught up, and together they crossed the finish line, where the mayor promptly awarded Joshua the Goat a medal.
Nice. My goats never get medals.
What's up, Goat Roper?
In the midst of the chaos, I could swear that I heard my goats screaming for help.
You have a very big barn. You must have many happy goats.
If she fails us, we better get used to herding goats.
What's up, Goat Roper?
I love goats, just saying.
Oh, boy. What a montage.
Yeah. All right, UK girl put her grandmother up for auction online, said the 61-year-old fetched bids of $3,200 before the website pulled the listing. She sold grandma for $3,200. Girl said she listed her grandmother for auction because she was annoying. Wow.
Should I go get Grandma?
Wow.
Don't forget Grandma. She's halfway to outer space already.
Like my grandma used to tell me, you can't be sure what's in the pickle barrel till you get the lid off on it.
Grandma has to go. Grandma Aggie's the one who always starts it. Does not. Does too. Does not. Does too. Does not.
What big eyes you have, Grandma.
Folks, confidentially, I'm not the real Grandma. I'm the wolf, see?
Shut up, Grandma!
All right, there you go. It's pretty convenient. I had a grandma montage from last Thursday. I could just tweak a little.
Oh, goodness. Who's up?
It's you.
Me? All right. The Colorado Springs Police Department arrested a parolee who was wanted on 2 felony warrants. After attempting to escape through a window, Christopher Wesson barricaded himself inside a cluttered home, prompting the K-9 unit to assist in the search. Despite warnings, Wesson refused to surrender, leading K-9 rigs to be deployed to locate him. Rigs found Wesson hiding under clothes and bit him on the shoulder, resulting in a struggle between the two. In the chaos, Wesson bit an officer, injuring his hand. Wesson received medical attention for his injuries and was later booked into jail on multiple charges, including assaulting a peace officer.
So the dog bit the criminal, and then the criminal bit a cop.
Right.
There's a law protecting folks against dogs that bite.
Hey, girl, the dog don't bite unless you ask me.
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
I believe I lost my shoes, Clyde. I think the dog got him.
Does your dog bite? Oh. Nice doggy. I thought you said your dog did not bite.
Is that a snot night dog?
Hello.
All right. Next one. Live crabs escaped out of a bag on a New York subway car, creating chaos among the passengers. I guess they were very large crabs. Video shared on Instagram shows a woman desperately trying to contain the crustaceans. Desperately trying to contain the crustaceans as they scuttled around. That's a lot of sea sounds. While most commuters rushed to avoid the sea creatures, one man remained remarkably calm, holding a crab at arm's length. Fellow passengers pitched in to help gather the crabs, with 2 individuals carefully collecting them as they fell out of the broken bag.
Oh, there's video.
Yes.
Before I turn this conniving crustacean into fish meal, who here has anything to say about Eugene Krabs?
Go? Yeah. I think I've got the crabs.
And that was the second time I got crabs.
7:38, time for big boy crabs.
Crabby guy, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Last story's all you, Val.
Kid Rock loves Donald Trump, but no one smashed kids' guitars.
That's right.
Taylor Swift said she would vote for Kamala Harris, and, well, that made one guy so angry he bought a Taylor Swift guitar at a charity auction and promptly smashed it to pieces. The incident occurred at the Ellis County Wild Game Dinner near Dallas. The man won the auction and paid $4,000. The guitar was actually donated to the auction by a third party.
All right, so this was a Hillbilly Festival at the Ellis County Wild Game Diner. Or dinner? Dinner,
yeah.
Diner. Poor Taylor Swift.
What it Taylor is exactly the proof you needed.
Taylor, over here! Taylor, look! Down for losers! I like it.
And now I name you the winner. Or more appropriately, the loser.
You're so weird.
Can't believe you. You're so weird. You don't say anything all day, and then when you open your mouth, you unload all these tremendous lies all over me.
You're weird.
When you open your mouth, you got all these tremendous lies all over me.
That is a line that I'm going to use.
I knew you'd like that one. All right. That, my friends, are news for today. All right. Coming up tomorrow on the radio right here, you're going to get the lowdown on community events and everything you need to know about the Fall Festival happening this Saturday in Chewelah. And that's, of course, with Paula, Sharon, and Mr. Chuck Ritchie hosting the show. Join them tomorrow beginning at around 7:20, 7:25. Let's see. Tonight on the radio, the one and only Dr. Jazz, also known as Tom Walters. And we follow that up after 9. He's on from 6 to 9. Then we follow that up with a couple hours of soul music on the Soul Show. All happens right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. What do you got for us, Val?
Let's see. Be kind to one another today.
Oh, that's so much better than what I could do. Be kind and keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Thanks for being here.
Scotty's on fire. It's gone!
What? What's gone?
A drinking couch! Somebody must have stolen it!
See that the humans remain entertained until the end.
Sitting in a misty